Hello, ladies and gentlemen of Twitch and YouTube, and welcome to a traditional, God, I keep wanting to say 8-4, a traditional best of 3 draft with Travis Semulin Sours on MTG Arena. This is kind of a dud pack, what we have opened, but I think we'll take the Elfin Bow. We've determined that this format is mostly about equipment and bodies to put it on. For those joining on YouTube, I realize the last draft you saw was where I was like, I may have a new idea for Kaldheim. I'm going to try drafting equipment. We're at close to 85% win rate since that video by doing exactly that. So I'm not getting off of that train. So Elfin Bow it is. Yeah, this is kind of bizarre to me, but I don't really want this. I kind of want a Frenzied Raider. Like, if I can get a neighbor to start doing snow things, I think I'd be real happy about that. Hey, morning, Neff, Commander. Like, people gonna think I'm crazy, but, I mean, buckle in. I like to win. From the right perspective, this is the best card in the pack. How's your Rust character going? Did you ever war with those neighbors? I have enjoyed playing. I have not done particularly well. I'm way better in Magic than I am in Rust. So there have been little wars, but I've not necessarily come out ahead. I think I've mostly broken even. Be going pantsless in Magic Legends out of protest. Nice. I mean, we've got a premium removal spell in this pack. And I don't really see why we shouldn't take it. You know? Well. We have fourth pick the best black common. After a reevaluation, this is certainly the best black common. Now, I can take the Axe Guard Cavalry and be pretty happy that we've got things going in red. I could also potentially consider the wings. I think I'd like to establish myself in red. I can pair this with red whatever and be pretty happy. Like, it can be red-green. But this thing really does wear equipment well. It's quite a good card. But we're just going to set up for like a good red start. Yeah, there's some more acceptable stuff here. And here's where things start to get a little interesting. Like, we could commit to red-green, and I don't hate red-green. The Dwarven Reinforcements wear equipments quite well. Seize the Spoils sets you up to kind of prevent flooding. But I think we'll take some reinforcements and continue to look for hats. And we don't have to play the green. But I don't have any removal yet, and I kind of don't really care. Like, removal is mostly about getting a blocker out of the way, and half the blockers don't matter if you've got decent equipment. We don't yet. I'm looking for it. Since so much of it exists at common, I'm kind of figuring we'll find some, and if we don't, we can start to think about other ways to finish a game, such as the Act of Treason that goes, 10th pick in this format. But the more I've looked into Magic Legends, the more excited I am about it. Like, I'm pretty tickled to be previewing it and checking it out today. Bit of a decision point here in that Feed the Serpent's not bad at getting something out of the way. Shepherd of the Cosmos is quite nice, and I think better than Doomscar Titan. It does take us off of our only pant at the moment. But like, being able to get a 3/3 flyer for 4 mana and return a 2-drop is kind of busted. So I'm going to take the Shepherd of the Cosmos here and see where we go. Magic Legends is a new action RPG. Yoinks. Okay, we're good. Pick leaves you more open, Journeyman. If you're already red, take the helm. If you're not, take the pick. Yeah, okay. I feel like we can probably be red-white. It's funny I'm passing Divine Gambit, but I've got one equipment already for this color pair. Premium removal spell. I'm just going to hack this for red. I don't always main deck it, but I have. It's basically like Diablo or Path to Exile with magic characters. I'm pretty excited to try it out. This guy kind of comes with his own equipment if you think about it. Yeah, it's got some neat kind of integrations and a lot of magic lore tied in. I think I want to try the Red Mage and be from Shiv or Adventure in Shiv. I'm not exactly sure how it works yet, but we're going to know all about it in a couple hours. For those watching on YouTube, my apology if I'm slurring a little bit. I have a autoimmune condition which sometimes makes it difficult to talk. Is it a good team if you're blue and I'm red? I will be co-streaming this with the Mana Lake, by the by. Meh, meh, meh. I don't really want any of this. I don't know, is it? Sorry. I mean, low-hanging fruit and all, but you got to go for all of them if you're going to hit any of them. And it's so weird to me. I didn't think this is what a good deck in this format would look like. And yet it kind of is. Yeah, I'm just hacking the red stuff again. I definitely want to be red. And I think red-white. There's a few things that could get me out of it, but what I've found with this deck is, generally speaking, you don't want to be blue. You'd like to be red, and you'd ideally like to pair it with black. If black isn't open, white works. If white isn't open, green works. But blue kind of doesn't. This might get played. I like this better when you're pairing it with black and you can maybe get a Death Touch rune. I thought they were getting away from creature cards being multiple creatures on it. Because this is a mob. This is a lot of trolls. I mean, honestly, this black's still on the menu. This is just take your Demon Bolt and move along with your life. But like, this is almost as good as the other stuff we have going on here. I suppose there's a possibility that we're supposed to be black-white, which is fine too. But with the run amok, cavalry, and raider, assuming we can get any work done for this, I'm also thinking we're probably fine to hat. But I suppose I could get into black-white if I need to. Then again, red-white does have some appeals. I think the argument here is that I've already got one run amok. I'm probably wheeling the Kennel Master or this Skullcairn. So if I take this and we actually do end up more in black, it's not a big deal. Bonjour, Martin. Have you ever played Diablo? Orcish, thank you for the resub. You'll spam some cats for Orcish. Thank you for the support, my friend. Much appreciated. It's like a Magic-style Diablo game. They call them action RPGs. What do we want here? Pretender could be okay adjacent. We'll end up with a decent number of dwarfs. Right now we currently have 3 plus these. I could play the Pretender. Yeah, I suppose it's colorless too and keeps us open, which I dig. Scald could be good. I suspect this will probably be good. There's a helm, so now we're fully solidified into red. And again, the black could come up here, but I think Cole is just going to be better. For the Scald to actually be good, we would have to play against an opponent that mills us or bump into some sagas. Whereas I feel like the Pretender's probably just going to be fine. So my concern with the new game is it fun? That is my big question. If it's fun, I'm happy. That's all it needs to be. Shieldmate's a nice pickup. Where's equipment? Well, we have 2 equipments currently. Generally, I've been wanting about 4. So we're going to continue to look, but it obviously goes pretty well with Cole, and I think we're definitely playing white now. This would put our warrior count slightly, well, on par with our dwarf count, I suppose. A lot of 2-drops to get back with Shepherd's pretty spiffy too. There's people that are always angry about something. Like every new game that is ever released has to have exactly what I want in it. Like, come on now. Simmer down now. I might play another Braggart. I don't think I'm in the mood to be Mr. Plow. But this is fine. These guys are not bad. It is kind of cute that they pseudo come with their own equipment. Well, the problem is I don't want to play an ox, which means I'm never going to want to play a plow. It's like if I ever draw those 2 cards together, they're amazing, but if I ever draw one without the other, they don't really work in the stack. I think I'm likely to want a wings. We did see the power of the Gold Maul champion in the team draft event we did over the weekend, but I still feel like that's for a deck that doesn't have a lot of pants, and we've got pants. I'd really like a white rune if we can find one. We did indeed spin the Skull Cairn, which is interesting, but I think at this point I just want wings. Let's get all the wings. Good morning, TK. I do have beta keys for Magic Legends. I suspect we can give away a ton of them. Well, we spun the Scald, so if that... I'm going to take it with the idea that we play it in the sideboard, and if somebody's like milling us, we can play it, because we do have some stuff to get back. I have 100 beta keys. Magic Legends is the MTG AAPG. ARP. Yes.
Hello, Sem. Hi.
Scales, thank you for the resub. Much appreciated, my friend. I've probably played more because I've seen this get up to 5/5s before. It's still not great. Do not mistake it for amazing. But I've seen the Raider be fine. How do the keys work? So once I'm giving them out, you can... I don't think I'm likely to want 2 wings. You can open the Arc installer. There's a place for you to put keys in, and then you can play. Easy peasy. I haven't exactly decided how I'm going to give them away yet. You feel like we'd want that pup? We would not. The pup is pretty bad. I have played it in bad versions of this deck. It is not typically something I want. I will want an Iron Verdict for the mirror. I'll want to provoke the trolls as like fail case main, and I don't think I'll want more than 3 Runamogs. Good morning, Skill. I think I'd rather take a solid sideboard card. This is pretty nice in the mirror. I like the way you think, TK. And there's another hat. We're basically good to go at this point because we're at 10 creatures. So I can just fill this in with kind of bad creatures from here and we're done. And we got our 4 equipments. I think I'm probably more interested in the Shield Mate than the Demon Bolt. Which is weird. But that's how you get to 85% win rate. Oop. I need to go 2-drop equipment, run amok as often as possible. Which probably ends up putting this Wings of the Cosmos in the sideboard for the 3rd run amok, and we bring this in the Iron Verdict in for mirrors. Immerstrom Raider, come on in. We're glad to have you. This very good hat. But that ship has sailed. I think. Has it? Yeah, it has. Because this gives me a ton of 2-drops. We're basically good to go. Sure. I will play another Pegasus. Did I say good morning, detective? I don't remember if I did. Good morning, detective. I mean, it's sailed adjacent. This is better than Wings. Done. It's a bit like a thunder horse. Thunder. Horse. For gems. Black was a little more open this way, but we're sad. If we got to play like, I don't know, Hoggy Mob and main deck the Iron Verdict, we've already got a deck. It's just a question of how much better can it get. Our count currently would be on Warrior, followed by Dwarf for the Bloodline Pretender. Again, this really isn't what I thought like a good deck would look like in this format when we started, but it is. It has synergy with the pick. Explain how. Yeah, we ended up with no Firewalkers, which you say interesting, I say bad. This is going to be a slightly different version of this deck than what we're used to, because I haven't quite gotten all the pieces that I want. It does not trigger on the pick. It must be combat damage. It has a combo, the Hoggy Mob combos with the Death Touch rune. So why are we playing a random 7-drop in this deck? With the 2 picks, it's possible that I can cast it. And I think I'm going to end up playing Seize the Spoils too, so we may just toss it in some number of games as well. Because I'm kind of stuck between wanting to play 16 and 17 lands, and I think the Seize the Spoils can make up the difference for me. Now, I'm going to play 17 lands, I may as well have something huge to cast with it. I am used to having like 3 Firewalkers, and we didn't get them. The other option, I suppose, would be to play something like this and pitch the Cinderheart Giant. Yeah, that wouldn't be combat damage. That's interesting. Hey, morning, Storm Count. It would feel weird to just pitch the Cinderheart Giant. But if I do that, I probably could just go 16 lands. I could do that, play 16 lands, and probably jam a Shackles of Treachery. It's a little awkward because this deck would probably want to go 9-7. Ew. Because I only ever need a single white. I'm running 3. I don't want 4. If this deck ever gets behind, Run Amok is just a terrible draw. Like, I know this deck is planning to not get behind, and I'm certainly planning for it not to, but like, sometimes that happens. It's where there's some argument to play Wings of the Cosmos over one of them. I'm just nervous about running white 2-drops in a deck that's looking to play 7 lands. I think that ends up with me wanting to keep the Cinderheart Giant instead and just play 17. That means I just don't need this Berserker. I wasn't that excited to play it anyway. Do any of these just scream Dwarf? Or Warrior? Not really. This is kind of the Boros pupper, though. We can take a Boros pupper. This will work. I believe we are ready to stream raid. Good morning, Andy. Let us stream raid. We do appear to have some rogues ready to go get the cards. But I'm just going to make sure this Barbarian gets his card. The Semulin Musketeer skin is finally out. And it is shooting corn dogs. Which is one of the strangest things I've ever requested from somebody. I want a cat with an AK that shoots corn dogs. Adam with the kills, Falco with the assist, rewards for Rabble Rooster and Niflheim. All right, I'll still lead the charge. Not very many of them today, but that's fine. All right, let's see if this deck has any legs. All right. I like to party. All right. We got a combo with Run Amok. If we can't get the attacks going. Or we can use this combo, which is not ideal, but here we are. We'll start doing the giveaways probably after I have lunch. I'm recording a video for YouTube right now, and I don't want to do them during that. But once we finish this, we can start doing some giveaways for the keys for Magic Legends. I don't see why we can't do that sooner rather than later. You won't be able to play until 2 Eastern. Should we just pause off here for a minute? I know I want to play this. I'm trying to think, like, they can't trade here. I think I'd rather just hit for the 5 and then double block that Kennel Master if I need to. So yeah, we'll do some giveaways while I'm having lunch. That's probably a fair time to do it. I can sit and eat lunch and just roll off some giveaways. Let's see what they got going on over there. I approve of this block. We've been yarled. Holy crap, that thing's terrifying. I'm in danger. I don't know if I can attack here realistically. It's like, what are our blocks? I guess I would block the Necromancer, so I'm trading 4 for 6. That's going to put them at 7. We've got 1 Demon Bolt. We're not incredibly likely to draw it. I still have 2 Run-Amoks left in the deck. So like if I attack with this and move these over, I'm dead to removal, but I don't think they haven't... Well, I'm not beating that anyway. I think the only line that leads to me potentially winning is this one. Well, that's fantastic. I don't know that I'd call that fantastic. I did not want this crown. They should be attacking with that Necromancer too. 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm gonna have to give this to them. Or we can go to 1. Do I have any draws that just win at 1? I don't think I do without any card draw. Yeah, I can't even top deck the Giant and kill them. I think we're just dead to Wither Crown. I'll go to 1 and see what happens. But I don't think there's a card we can draw that matters here. It's certainly not Cole. Although, does this... That's interesting. If a non... So... Which of these actually happens? This is a part I never understand. It depends on whose turn it is, doesn't it? Not that this matters, but if it comes up one day... Draugr is a replacement effect. So is this. These are both replacement effects. Ah, so this says if it would die. And this says if it would die. Cole is triggered. So this always happens. Nothing's going to die. Okay, okay. I begin to understand.
That's a lot of months.
Trixie monsters. Thank you very much, Kevin. Y'all spam some cats for Kevin. Hope things are well in your world, my friend. So they've got a good bit of discard, which is interesting. That makes me wonder if I want Scald and Iron Verdict against them. Because, like, we're going to end up with artifacts in the graveyard. We may as well get some value from it. And they could potentially race me, which would make something like Iron Verdict better. I still want to be able to come out aggressive. I could probably trim one of the braggarts and one of the run-amoks, and I think be pretty happy here. Oh, I'm sorry, Kevin. I am scheduled to be vaccinated now, which is good news because I'm one of the last people that should be vaccinated. I work from home and I don't have much contact with people outside the house, but I will be vaccinated soon. I'm really sorry to hear that, Kev. You are right, Bio. I've seen this before. Arg. I think I still keep this. I only need one red source for this to turn on, and there's more red sources than anything else, and turn 3 Courser isn't the worst. I mean, I'd trade a couple more months of lockdown for universal health care, so, like, it's all right. That's pretty good matter. I'm not that old. I'm 43. All right, let us bring the beads. I don't think that playing Cole out really does much here. I think I would like to go for the loot just in case they play the Necromancer. Because this doesn't do anything either, but it gets me a card deeper if they slam the Necromancer or something and we're concerned about it. Is the block I wanted to see. Thank you for playing. Is this a Doomscar? Okay, some of the St. Patrick's Day emotes are pretty good. I could have another run amok on top, and I don't really need this land. Okay, I don't. That's not the end of the world, though. It's likely a Jarl. It could also be a Iron Verdict. It could be nothing. Neat. We're gonna find out what it was, though. Did they just top deck that? It was a skill raid. Okay. That's a lot of Draugr recruiters. I think I just drew the cards in the wrong order. I kind of want an invoke. This. I kind of want this. I think that may just be an upgraded Iron Verdict. Well, it kind of makes sense now that they have the skill raids and such, right? Like, we really need to hold 2 extra lands if we can, because that is a combo that will definitively kill us. I'm thinking about starting an OnlyFins account called Tervetuloa. OnlyFins. Come on, that was pretty good, yo. What you thinking you gonna get back is my question. Because right now it's nothing. Oh, that's interesting. Because now I have to care a little bit, don't I? Not a lot of bit, but a little bit. I need to be really careful about playing out this land, which probably seems silly, but I don't want them to slam Tegrid into a skill raid and get anything worth having. Because I can beat Tegrid into skill raid if I discard these 2 cards. Although now I'm kind of tempted to discard these 2. Let's just make another land draw a good one for us. This turns on our Scald too if they happen to blow up our equipment. I don't think it really matters where I have this pick right now, but it's probably long-term going to be more successful there, and I'm just going to hold lands for more skill raids. It does make the giant kind of a bum draw. And really, I should have just taken it out, but I'll deal. Or we could hit this and be happy and just play it out. Man, never thought I would be the Boros guy. And yet here I am doing Boros things and stuff. I do not feel dirty. I like winning. I'm a huge fan of winning. Winning's great. Like, I'll do whatever I need to do to win. I guess we have to take the white cards now. Boros hats is where it's at. Look, we got a prize. I don't think I'm going to do the On the Edge festival because it feels like I'm getting the cosmetics after I've mostly finished the draft format. We're 1-0 currently, but we're 85%-ish win rate after doing this. We have taken people's sagas with Tegrid before, and it felt good for us. I have had my sagas taken with Tegrid before, and let me tell you, that I didn't care for. Because I fundamentally misunderstood how important equipment was to the strategy track. It's like, it's not about getting a bunch of 2-drops and combat tricks. It's about getting 4 equipments. That's it. That is the strategy. Get 4 equipment. This hand's a little weak, but it could get there. We need 2-drop or red source. Like I thought what mattered was the creature quality, and it's not. The creatures don't need to be good. You just need crap to put on them. I think we would have to run out the Courser first anyway, so I don't see much of a big deal here. No. An artifact hate deck can't stop it. The only times I've lost with this deck are when I just end up with bad draws. That's literally it. There's not enough artifact removal to do it, and the deck's built around commons. Most of the games are a race. It's kind of the thing. Yeah, we're going to need to hit some land drops here. I'm trying to decide exactly how I want to do this because I'm tempted to seize the spoils away the Tormentor's Helm because I'll get it back later. I can play and equip this and hit for 3, and then play and equip that and have a 4/4 flyer, which is probably fine too. Well, I think we have an advantage in the race that they're not aware of currently. Which is I've got 6 points of burn in hand. So if they want to race, we can race. Like, I can just play this out as a 3/3 flyer. Hey, we found a combo for Seize the Spoils. I think I just want the 3/3 flyer though, because they're at 13. So that would be 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So we basically win with a land. I mean, barring removal. Yeah, they could also drop a Linda and we just lose. They could also kill us here with some manner of combat tricks. But I feel like if we have to start trying to block, we're probably going to die. Alright, landed me one time. It's got to be a red land, too. But there's more mountains in the deck than literally anything else. Bye-bye. If they're going to look to race, Iron Verdict and Wings of the Cosmos can be pretty good. Shackles is a good way to force through damage, too. I feel like I probably want... I feel like Shackles may be the better one here. So we would take Shackles and Wings of the Cosmos over a Run Amok, and probably the Giant, frankly, if we're going on the draw. And that makes me want the Iron Verdict more, too. Hey, I kind of don't want Demon Bolt. Their stuff's getting a little too big for me to, like, feel like I'm going to get there with a Demon Bolt. Come on, Barbie, let's go party. Yeah. Hello, Miklas. Saturday was pretty good. I enjoyed the team draft, although I misbuilt my deck. It was better without the black. But it was a lot of fun. I hadn't team drafted in a long time. And team drafting is a really fun way to play this game. All right. Let us do our Stream Raiders battle, and then we'll see if we got the 3-0 here. The format does seem kind of solved now, which, I mean, I suppose is a good thing for print and gems. It's not making for very interesting gameplay. I suffer from an issue now and then in Magic sets where I can win with bad decks, which makes me think that bad decks are good decks when they're somewhat obviously not. Adam with the kills, Falco with the assists, rewards for Detective Scott Gunsey, MTG Mosif, and TK403. I mean, I am a huge fan of winning. I mean, it's fun to see the beatdown decks work for a change, and it's not my normal wheelhouse. So like, there's some interestingness there. But like now that it's solved, the draft portion, John said this: the draft portion is more of an activity than a game, right? So like that part is a little less interesting. I don't like the hand smoother, and I don't like having to pay for ranked matching. You can take away the ranked, and I'm still not interested in the hand smoother, and you could take away the hand smoother, and I'm still not interested in the ranked. So like, if you got rid of the matchmaking and the hand smoother, I'd still rather play best of three, because sideboarding is interesting and a place to express skill. So I just think best of one isn't for me, but that's okay. Commander's not for me either. I don't think we need to get rid of Commander. I don't think we need to get rid of best of one. I just don't want to play it. Now, let's say WotC comes out with a content creator program where they're like, these 20 draft streamers have infinite gems and can play whatever they want. I'll hit Mythic. Let's do it. That's why not equip. I want to make sure we can at least cast this dude. Although I'm kind of wondering if I want to play this and equip both. But I don't think so. I'm going to try to put him on, have another squash, or be in trouble. You want to race me? I'll race you. Build your own Linda. No, they have Demon Bolt. Maybe? I don't know. Yeah, they have Demon Bolt. I probably should have played the land first, I guess. Could have had him at 1, but I still feel like holding it's somewhat relevant because they now need to deal with a 7/7. I could have untapped it though and put him to 1. Is there an equipment in that pack? Because if there is, it's better than both of those cards. Look for a pick or a hat. None of those cards matter. You may think that I am joking, but I'm not. So then being at 1 would mean I could have won without the run amok here. Like, that was just a mistake. Absent any of the equipments, Bergie's way better than Cole. Frankly, Bergie's probably just better as the 5-mana artifact. Rusty, this format sucks. It wants only one thing, and it's a bit disgusting. Like, it is what it is. Like, I don't even think it's that crazy to be doing Gladewalker into Arachnoforms. Like, you want to win? Or you want to draft cool decks? You can do one or the other. And the way the prizes are slanted, I can't draft cool decks. I'd love to be doing the 5-color snow shenanigans again, but I just can't. On the draw, our run amoks are going to be a little bit worse, and they're going to be playing around them. I'm probably going to be more interested in Iron Verdict and Wings of the Cosmos, because I can use that defensively. What's up, Ray? Actually, yeah, Ray, that's awesome. Dude, it's all good. I'm glad to see you here. I've been in positions in my life where $5 was a lot of money, and in positions of my life where $5 was not a lot of money. This is why we wanted something like Iron Verdict. That's going to be really difficult for us to race. But I do have a plan. I no longer have a plan. Well, actually I do. It's just not a very good plan. Holy crap, combat trick 2? That's really going to mess up my plan. Okay, at least it's a 1-for-1 combat trick. I can actually sort of play against this. So we could take the 6, have the Braggart to block this. That's not going to guarantee a connect with the Courser. So I guess if we're going to take the damage, we just suit up the Courser this turn. And then next turn we slam the Giant and hope we can block with it. Could be safer to play out both of these. I think that's significantly safer. See how much safer that was? So they don't bind the monster the Cinder Heart and kill us. It's safer this turn because now I have 2 blockers. Look at him not attacking and stuff. Winning is fun. I'm a huge fan of winning. I don't like a draft experience where the draft is an activity rather than a game, and I'm limited to picking certain cards. Right? Like, it doesn't really matter what rare I'm opening. I'm probably going to take a pick, a helm, the 2/2 berserker that dies into a zombie. These are cards I'm probably picking over them. Yeah, I forgot they had reach there, but they were scared of a, you know, the thing with the stuff. They were scared of a run amok. It's why they didn't block. Oh, it can't block alone! Never mind, I'm smart. Forget I said any of that. Forget I said it, literally any of that. I'm really smart. Don't need to worry about it. Yeah, I knew that, Rusty. I definitively knew that. I definitely knew that. Where'd they go? It was a test and you passed. I'm proud of you. So if you would like to get to like pretty close to 90% win rate, I have a strategy for you. It looks really weird when you're drafting because you're passing all these good rares and you're sideboarding out removal, but like the best removal spell in this format is Run Amok. It's pretty good. So there you go. YouTubers, thank you for watching. Twitchers, don't worry, there's plenty more to see today, including some Magic Legends this afternoon. But chat, do say goodbye to YouTube. I'll be right back with y'all. YouTubers, you should come watch the stream. It's at twitch.tv/Semulin. Bye-bye.